northwards to the Rockbound Coast and streaming live in HD worldwide at foxbangor.com. More people choose Good Morning Maine.
I'm Craig Colson. Coming up on Good Morning Maine today, one person is in critical condition after a fire in Skowhegan left them severely burned. Plus, we'll hear from the top official at Northern Light Health as the institution navigates through some treacherous financial waters. And child care may be just a little bit easier for families in the Millinocket area thanks to the expansion of an early childhood education center. We'll tell you all about it. Good morning, everyone. I'm Craig Colson. Emma Smith has the day off today. We thank you for joining us and hope you had a wonderful Halloween. Can you believe it? It's the first day of November. Here comes the holidays. As far as the weather is concerned, it looks like a partly cloudy day ahead today with just a chance of a few rain showers. It looks like another warm day today, but things will quickly change as we head into the weekend. For more on that, let's turn things over to Devin.
Alrighty, thank you very much. Happy Friday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Irish Collision Center. Irish Collision Center offers expert repairs with a 3D frame measuring system, aluminum repair equipment. Our recent expansion boosts capacity, faster service. We're dedicated to quality every time. Visit us today. Alrighty, here we go. We have a small craft advisory that has been issued again, and this time it will last until 8 a.m. Saturday. Some active surf along the coast will be expected. But meanwhile, on land, we are watching some active weather that's also passing through. Clouds are moving in. Some rain showers also on the way this morning. And we may get a few more of those as we head towards the afternoon period. Let's zoom things out right now. Here's the rain right about in here. You can even see we have some snow in Canada. We don't have to worry about snow for a little while yet. Just futurecast showing rain again, maybe some sunshine, a few more showers possible this afternoon, and then a mostly cloudy sky on the way for us later on tonight. As for the winds, they'll be gusty today. Sustained winds reaching up around 10 to 15, maybe a little bit more miles per hour at times, with gusty winds up to 25, even 30 miles per hour before the winds start to back off soon. Still rather breezy as we head towards Saturday morning. So for today, we have lower 70s, partly cloudy, some rain showers, and the southwest wind gusting up to around 25, maybe 30 miles per hour at times. The hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period showing a partly cloudy sky overall with rain showers possible. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up.
All right, thank you, Devin. We'll see you a little later on. The State Fire Marshal's Office is investigating a fire in Skowhegan that severely injured one person. It happened at around 3 o'clock Thursday afternoon at a home located on the Waterville Road. The owner was able to make it out of the house. However, that person did suffer severe burns. The individual was transported to Redington Fairview General Hospital in Skowhegan and at last report was listed in critical condition. Life Flight was also expected to transport the victim to another facility for further treatment. The home was fully involved with flames when the first crews arrived. They worked well into the evening to put it out. The State Fire Marshal's Office was also called to the scene with hopes of determining what caused that terrible fire. Meanwhile, residents were able to escape a burning home in Southwest Harbor early Thursday morning. Just after 3 a.m., crews were called to a fire on Wesley Avenue with reports of people still trapped inside. When the first firefighters entered the house windows in an upstairs room, it broke out with flames, and the flames shot from that building. Firefighters say the flames were knocked down quickly, though. Crews from multiple towns helped put out that fire. No word on the cause. Firefighters say although there was a lot of damage to the house and belongings inside, all of the occupants and pets were unharmed. Well, meanwhile, a single vehicle rollover crash in Bangor snarled traffic on I-95 Thursday. Maine State Police say it happened at mile marker 185 northbound at around 1:20 in the afternoon. They say a pickup truck was hauling an unloaded 2-axle trailer. They say the driver lost control of the truck and went off the right side of the roadway. The truck rolled onto its passenger side. Police say the safety chains were attached to the truck, which kept the unit together. The driver was not injured. However, a passenger sustained non-life-threatening injuries. Well, 4 people have now been arrested in the death of a man who went missing in Bangor. Authorities say that man was murdered. Bangor police announced Wednesday that the body of 27-year-old Dylan Caruso was found last week in a wooded area of Exeter. He hadn't been seen since late September when he was in Bangor. Authorities haven't said how he was killed, but the medical examiner's office ruled his death a homicide. As a result of the investigation, police have arrested 35-year-old Kenneth Creamer of Exeter and charged him with Caruso's murder. He was arrested on Tuesday and is being held at the Penobscot County Jail. 32-year-old Holden Melvin of Charleston was also arrested Wednesday. Bangor police say 31-year-old Dylan Boyce of Exeter and 31-year-old Dylan Belanger of Corinth were also arrested in the case. Melvin, Boyce, and Belanger are all facing charges of hindering apprehension or prosecution. The district attorney for Kennebec and Somerset counties is facing allegations that she violated rules of conduct regarding a case that she declined to prosecute. Our Augusta reporter Corey Bichard has that story.
Megan Maloney, the district attorney for Kennebec and Somerset counties, may be facing disciplinary action after a complaint was made to the board of the overseers of the bar related to a case that Maloney declined to prosecute. Pamela Boyven of Oakfield filed a complaint last year with the Maine Board of Overseers of the Bar, claiming that the district attorney, Megan Maloney, improperly reached out to Boyven's friend who worked for the Family Violence Project and offered to share confidential information about a criminal case against Boyven, as well as a separate investigation into a sexual assault Boyven claims happened at a Waterville bar that Maloney declined to prosecute. In Maine, prosecutors aren't allowed to contact defendants directly if they have an attorney. An initial investigation by a committee of the board determined that there is probable cause that Maloney violated rules for professional conduct for attorneys in Maine, and the board's grievance commission should hold a hearing to consider disciplinary action against her. Boyven alleges in her complaints that Maloney hoped to silence Boyven's online criticisms about her alleged sexual assault not being taken seriously. Maloney will now face a hearing before the board, which has not yet been scheduled. We reached out to both parties for an interview, and both declined our request. In Augusta, I'm Corey Bichard for ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, the FBI has issued a warning this week about multiple types of election-related fraud schemes targeting American voters in the lead-up to Election Day. The Bureau said in the warning that, quote, scammers use the names, images, logos, and slogans of candidates to fraudulently solicit campaign contributions, sell merchandise, which is never sent to the purchaser, or steal the victim's personally identifiable information that can be used for other fraud. If you believe you have been a victim of this fraud scheme or any other fraud, the FBI says to report that information to the Internet Crime Complaint Center at ic3.gov. Again, that is C3.gov. Well, earlier this month, 3 Northern Light Health presidents were asked to resign within the span of a week. This follows years of financial struggles at the institution and the closure of several facilities. Well, yesterday, our David Ledford sat down with the provider's chief financial officer to find out why this is happening and what direction the organization is going.
Northern Light Health is one of Maine's biggest healthcare systems, with facilities throughout the state and roughly 10,000 employees. And they're losing millions of dollars each year. Northern Light's 2023 annual report shows a loss of over $36 million. That same report shows nearly $600 million in long-term debt, with the institution on track to lose $100 million this year. And now one credit agency has recently dropped Northern Light's rating.
The most recent data from the Maine Hospital Association shows that 61% of hospitals in the state of Maine are losing money. So I think, it's not a unique issue at Northern Light Health.
Northern Light CFO James Rohrbaugh says this is in part due to nationwide issues like staffing shortages and inflation in the wake of the pandemic. However, he also says part of the problem is that they see low reimbursement from rural healthcare services.
66% of our patients are Medicare or Maine care. So when we look at the difference between what we're paid for those services and what it costs to deliver those services, annually there's about a $300 million gap.
These financial issues have led to leadership restructuring and the closures of Dexter, Southwest Harbor, and Orono locations. When asked if the organization would continue to experience closures and resignations, Rohrbaugh had this to say.
I think we'll continue to have changes at Northern Light Health, as are happening at every single healthcare organization in the entire country right now. I think the changes that we've seen to date have really been focused around how do we reduce administrative costs. They've not been around affecting the ability of people to get access to healthcare.
However, he also says they're taking steps to address these issues, and patients have no cause for concern.
Should patients be worried?
Yeah. So I think, if we weren't making the types of changes that we're making, then they should be worried. We're all working really hard to figure out how do we make sure we create a sustainable model for the future.
One of those changes will come on January 1st when Northern Light begins a partnership with Compass One. Rohrbaugh says Northern Light will also find ways to deliver services differently. While it's not yet clear what that would look like, Rohrbaugh pointed to their use of telehealth as an option for some patients. He also stressed that the health organization is not looking to sell.
We serve 2/3 of the state of, the upper 2/3 of the state of Maine. I think, we're not in a position where we're looking to sell Northern Light Health. In fact, I think the important thing is to figure out how do we deliver healthcare in a rural setting in a sustainable way.
In Brewer, David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, Maine's low-income energy heating assistance program will see some major boosts in federal funding. $37.5 million will go to LIHEAP, which helps low-income households and older Mainers on fixed incomes afford their energy bills. Senator Susan Collins made the announcement yesterday, saying, quote, with home energy costs remaining high, this federal funding will help to ensure that Mainers have access to affordable heating as we approach the cold winter months. LIHEAP funding provides critical relief to low-income families and older Mainers, helping them stay warm without the constant worry of choosing between heating their homes and covering basic necessities. All right, the time now is 6:11. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, according to the University of Maine system, not only are enrollment numbers outpacing the national average, they are also on the rise. But first, another look at that forecast. It looks like a partly cloudy day ahead today with a chance of rain showers. The highs will be around 72 degrees. Tonight, mostly cloudy with lows dropping down to the mid-30s. Tomorrow, partly cloudy with highs near 48. We'll be right back.
For 50 years, I've paid into Social Security and Medicare.
You earned it. You paid it in every week.
Austin Terrio skipped work in the State House.
But he still took his paycheck from taxpayers.
Now, Austin Terrio wants to go to Congress.
Joining politicians who would
cut the Social Security and Medicare benefits that we earned.
Which is kind of scary.
It's going to hurt a lot of people in Maine.
I think it's criminal.
Highway robbery.
No show, Terrio.
It'll never work for me.
HMP is responsible for the content of this ad.
I'm Jared Golden, and I approve this message.
I think Austin Terrio can be very dangerous.
He most definitely would join the extremists in Congress.
Austin Terrio is on the same side as the extremists who want to have a national abortion ban.
The extremists that don't allow women to have choice.
And these extremists, they're going to try to control women.
It's wrong.
I think you're going to see women die.
I just don't want that for my grandchildren.
Austin Terrio, he's not going to stand up for my rights in Congress.
Name a way a woman likes her men and her cheese.
Full of adventure.
Family Feud. Stop all this adventure!
Weekdays at 9 on ABC 7.
This is the People's Court.
What were you doing with binoculars looking into her yard? That's creepy as hell.
It's rough. It's tough. And we just can't get enough.
You're both total liars.
Real litigants, real cases, real drama. The People's Court.
On ABC 7.
Here in Maine, and for a lot of people that involves deer hunting. Our Alex Schley joins us now live with everything we need to know to stay safe this hunting season. Good morning, Alex.
Good morning, Craig. That's right. Tomorrow, firearm deer hunting season kicks off for residents here in Maine, and then come Monday, it opens up to all licensed hunters. Now, game wardens expect a record-breaking year, both with the number of licenses issued and deer caught. Maine Department of Inland Fisheries and Wildlife Communications Director Mark Laddie says, with all the additional activity, it's more important than ever to take proper safety precautions.
In the past 5 years, we've only had one fatality involving a non-hunter. That's one too many, but the reality is that it's more dangerous to cross the street than it is to go into the woods during Maine's hunting season.
Now, Craig, while it is generally safe, Mark does still recommend that you wear your blaze orange. A simple hat or vest could save your life. He also recommends avoiding white mittens or gloves because it has a tendency to resemble a white-tailed deer. In Bangor, I'm Alex Schley For ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
All right, thank you, Alex. And last I knew, hunters were required to wear at least 2 articles of that blaze orange to make sure that they're well seen by anybody that happens to be in the woods. That's also good news, good advice for anybody heading out into the woods these days, whether you're hunting or not. You may want to get yourself a nice blaze orange hat. Make sure that you're seen out there and not mistaken for wildlife. All right, in other news, Maine's public universities are outpacing regional and national enrollment trends, despite the state having the oldest population in the country. Data released yesterday shows increased undergraduate, graduate, and law school enrollment. According to a statement from the University of Maine system, there are more than 25,200 students enrolled this fall. That's an increase of more than 3% compared to last year. 40% of them are 25 years of age or older. Those figures do not include nearly 5,300 Maine high school students earning free early college credit through UMS or those participating in non-credit educational programs. Chancellor Daniel Malloy says, quote, "I am proud of the collective efforts across our system to ensure the state's most proven path to mobility is accessible, affordable, and relevant for all learners." Well, assessing child care is one of the most pressing needs for many Maine families, the working families, but that's going to get a little easier for patients in the Millinocket area. A ribbon cutting ceremony was held yesterday to celebrate the grand opening of the expanded Early Childhood Education Center at the Katahdin Higher Education Center. A $4 million grant allowed Eastern Maine Community College to double its child care capacity at that facility to around 50 children. The expansion included a kitchen, 2 state-of-the-art classrooms, and 2 playgrounds. Eastern Maine Community College officials say the expansion is expected to enhance economic stability in the region by providing childcare for local parents and also increasing the workforce in the area. Certainly good news. Well, dozens of lucky trick-or-treaters enjoyed Halloween at the Bangor Mall with a trunk-or-treat. Lots of kiddos and parents alike gathered there and raked in the candy. We saw princesses, superheroes, and all sorts of characters there. Looks like a great time was had by all. And we hope that everyone got lots and lots of candy, but don't eat it all at once. You don't want to get sick. We hope everyone had a very happy Halloween. Very cute kids out there. Well, the time now is 6:17. Coming up after the break, the City of Bangor will be holding a series of meetings to get feedback on improvements to be made in the area. We'll let you know when and where you can make your voice heard as Good Morning Maine continues.
Maine's largest network of parts has more reasons to shop this fall and more ways to keep you warm. Stock up and hit the road with Milwaukee's heated hoodies all winter long at the lowest price guaranteed. Coastal Auto Parts is owned and operated by a Maine family that cares.
With just 4 days to go, this morning GMA is right there, inside the campaigns, in the swing states, with all the morning's first breaking news on the final sprint to Election Day. Every morning, first on GMA.
Does your dream kitchen look like this? Or this? Or maybe you need a little more inspiration. Get it when you explore the complete in-store showroom displays at Hammond Lumber Company. When you find the look you like, the Hammond team will help you customize it, including accurate 3D renderings, so you can visualize your project before the work begins. Hammond offers delivery from any of the locations across Maine and New Hampshire and professional service after the sale. Your dream kitchen begins when you bring your vision to Hammond Lumber Company.
Maine's premier community radio station, Star 97.7, broadcasting loud and clear on our new tower. 50,000 watts of smooth rock and roll with Paul and Sonny in the morning and Mike Dow in the afternoon. Star 97.7.
Maine's largest network of parts has more reasons to shop this fall and more ways to keep you warm. Stock up and hit the road with Milwaukee's heated hoodies all winter long at the lowest price guaranteed. Coastal Auto Parts is owned and operated by a Maine family that cares.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. Starting next month, the City of Bangor's Planning and Community Development Committees will be hosting a series of meetings to hear public feedback on how they'd like to see their respective neighborhoods improved. Our Doug Banks spoke with the city's planning officer to learn more.
The City of Bangor wants to hear from its residents. Between November 7th and December 10th, the city's Planning and Community Development Committees will host 7 neighborhood community meetings across Bangor to help elicit feedback on how the people of Bangor envision the future of where they live.
We're going to have stations basically for each different initiative that we're doing, and we'll have maps where people can draw on a corridor nearby like State Street or Broadway, talk about what they want to see on that corridor. For like complete streets, we would have a map where people can put down streetscape improvements they would want to see on that corridor.
City officials are looking to update the city's land use code.
The land use code update takes that and revises the zoning to match those land uses and makes very specific changes that align with the more general recommendations from the comprehensive plan.
According to Colette, public input helps influence how land will be developed moving forward.
Public engagement is crucial, for any kind of local government, and it's also critical that when we rewrite our land use code, that it's reflecting what the people want to see.
Information about the upcoming meetings can be found on our website. In Bangor, Doug Banks, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
And the time now is 6:20. And speaking of the time, don't forget to set your clocks back this weekend. We are heading to that time of year. Usually happens around 2 a.m. Sunday, but you may want to do it on Saturday night so you're not late for church or anything else you have planned for Sunday morning. Time now to get a full look at our forecast. Here's Devin.
Alrighty, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Irish Collision Center. Irish Collision Center offers expert repairs with a 3D frame measuring system, aluminum repair equipment. Our recent expansion boosts capacity, faster service. We're dedicated to quality every time. Visit us today. Already, small crowd advisory now issued until 8 a.m. Saturday. Active surf along the coast will be possible. And with that, let's check in on the wave heights right now. It's active in some spots where the buoys are showing up at around 3 feet, not looking too bad, but right about in here, a little bit active surf also being indicated, and that may increase a little bit more with the system that's currently passing through, so that's why they have issued this small crab advisory. Because on land, we have clouds moving in, even some rain showers developing this morning. The northern parts of the state saw some last night, and the rest of us will have an opportunity to see a few rain showers today, but overall, a mixture of clouds and sunshine will be the common idea. Let's zoom things out and give you the bigger picture. Here's a front right about in here, tracking off towards the east, bringing the rain with it too, and cooler temperatures on the way. Today's our last warm day before we start to cool off. Notice even some snow in Canada, so you can see we definitely have some cooler air in those areas. Futurecast moving forward for us, rain showers today, some sunshine peeking out too, a few more rain showers this afternoon, then a mostly cloudy sky expected overnight. Once we head towards Saturday, the clouds will eventually get out of here. We'll be under a partly cloudy sky for the rest of the day, not looking too bad. Once we head towards Saturday night, maybe a few passing clouds, but even as we head towards your Sunday, we're looking pretty good overall. As for any additional rainfall, maybe a 1/10 of an inch of additional rainfall before we're all finished up. It's not a lot. We could use a lot more, but at this point, any rainfall would definitely be beneficial. Here's a new drought monitor that came out yesterday. Still showing moderate drought across a good part of our viewing area, but the rest of the U.S. definitely seeing a lot of drought right now too, with moderate to severe drought developing. So again, we need rainfall, and unfortunately not a whole lot on the way, at least anytime soon. Average high temperature is 52 degrees. We'll do lower 70s today, then 40s Saturday, Sunday, also into Monday. We have 50s and 70s again Tuesday, Wednesday, and also into your Thursday. And then a quick reminder, Sunday morning, don't forget we fall back as 2 a.m. becomes 1 a.m. We switch back to standard time, so please remember to switch your clocks back Saturday night or early Sunday morning before going to bed or so. Your forecast for today, we have lower 70s, partly cloudy, some rain showers on the way, and that southwest wind getting up to around 25, maybe 30 miles per hour at times. All right, mostly cloudy tonight with lows in the mid-30s, and the north wind at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow, here we go, upper 40s, partly cloudy, and that north breeze at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Let's check out your extended forecast brought to you by Irish Collision Center. Mostly sunny on Sunday with highs in the upper 40s, mostly cloudy Monday with highs in the mid-40s, and then upper 50s on Election Day with a chance for rain showers.
They say that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Well, they are correct.
Especially when it's the irresistible steak, egg, and cheese bagel sandwich. Get yours today.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
After an accident, the insurance company often wants to rush you into accepting their fair offer. Don't sign away your rights.
I didn't trust the insurance company.
They were wanting to settle fast and cheap.
How much is your case worth? It's probably worth more than you've been told.
I called Joe.
I found out what my case was really worth.
Say yes to maximum compensation, to everything you deserve. Call the firm that has been getting justice for Mainers for 50 years.
Tell them you mean business.
I'm Jared Golden, and I approve this message.
I think Austin Terrio can be very dangerous.
He most definitely would join the extremists in Congress.
Austin Terrio is on the same side as the extremists who want to have a national abortion ban.
It's extremists that don't allow women to have choice.
And these extremists, they're going to try to control women.
It's wrong.
I think you're going to see women die.
I just don't want that for my grandchildren.
Austin Terrio, he's not going to stand up for my rights in Congress.
For 50 years, I've paid into Social Security and Medicare.
You earned it. You paid it in every week.
Austin Terrio skipped work in the State House.
But he still took his paycheck from taxpayers.
Now, Austin Terrio wants to go to Congress.
Joining politicians who would
Cut the Social Security and Medicare benefits that we earned.
Which is kind of scary.
It's going to hurt a lot of people in Maine.
I think it's criminal.
Highway robbery.
No-show Terrio.
Will never work for me.
HMP is responsible for the content of this ad.
If you have to ask why it's important to start your day early, here's your answer.
Get any size iced coffee in any flavor for just $1.29 during breakfast hours.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
The U.S. military has released the results of an investigation into how a fighter jet worth an estimated $100 million was lost in the skies over South Carolina before crashing without the pilot on board. Here's ABC's Andrew Dimbert.
This morning, military officials are blaming the highly unusual crash of an F-35, which was left flying unmanned over South Carolina, on pilot error. The investigation finding the pilot made a, quote, inappropriate decision to eject from the $100 million jet last September, saying the pilot incorrectly diagnosed an out-of-control flight emergency.
I guess we got a pilot at our house, and he says he got ejected. So he ejected from the plane. So we just see if we could get some ambulance, please.
That homeowner called 911 after the pilot parachuted into his backyard in North Charleston. The pilot also calling in the emergency.
We had a military jet crash. I'm the pilot. We need to get rescue rolling. I'm not sure where the airplane is. It would have crash landed somewhere. I ejected.
Investigators say he'd been flying in heavy rain when his helmet display stopped working. He prepared for a landing but missed the approach, and after losing communication with the control tower, he ejected.
Has there been a report of an airplane crash?
I have not seen any.
The plane, equipped with stealth technology, wasn't found until 1 day later, more than 60 miles away. It had flown unmanned over South Carolina for more than 11 minutes before crashing into some woods. There were no injuries on the ground, but the crash caused property damage to private, forested land and crops. Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
Well, investigators recommended no punishment for the pilot, but earlier this year he did lose command of a Marine squadron. In other news, 4 days until Election Day, Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Trump focusing on the Midwest today after several events in the battleground states in the West. Trump says Robert F. Kennedy Jr. will oversee women's health if he wins, and Harris responding with one word, no. ABC's Perry Russum with that story.
With 4 days left until Election Day, Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Trump working late into the night, trying to mobilize voters in the West. Harris slamming Trump in Las Vegas, Nevada.
This is someone who is increasingly unstable, obsessed with revenge, consumed with grievance.
Trump in Glendale, Arizona, at an event billed as a hurricane relief benefit, going after former Republican Congresswoman Liz Cheney, who endorsed Harris. Trump using violent rhetoric as he called Cheney a war hawk.
Let's put her with a rifle standing there with 9 barrels shooting at her, okay? Let's see how she feels about it. You know, when the guns are trained on her face. You know, they're all war hawks when they're sitting in Washington.
Trump earlier in Henderson, Nevada, saying Robert F. Kennedy Jr., a vaccine skeptic, will oversee women's health if he wins.
He's going to work on health and women's health and all of the different reasons, because we're not really a wealthy or a healthy country.
Harris responding on X, writing, no. Harris at a rally in Reno, Nevada, reacting to Trump saying he will protect women whether they like it or not.
This is someone who simply does not respect the freedom of women or the intelligence of women to make decisions about their own lives.
Trump on the attack, pouncing on this comment made by billionaire Mark Cuban on The View.
Donald Trump, you never see him around strong, intelligent women, ever. It's just that simple. They're intimidating to him. He doesn't like to be challenged by them.
Trump posting, he is very wrong. I surround myself with the strongest of women with the understanding that all women are great, whether strong or not strong. More than 62 million Americans have already voted. Across the country, data shows women outpacing men in early voting, 54 to 44%. Perry Russum, ABC News, Washington.
Well, there's also a fight brewing over the custody of a squirrel, and it's a battle that's pitting one man against the state of New York. ABC's Andrew Dimbert has that story as well.
Peanut butter squirrel. A social media star has been seized by authorities in upstate New York, and his fans are going nuts.
To take Peanut away from my family is not only, heart-wrenching, but then you take it away from the organization that solely gets its funding from social media that requires Peanut to get that funding.
Mark Longo says officers raided his home, taking his pet squirrel, Peanut, and his raccoon, Fred. Longo runs a sanctuary, housing horses, goats, and alpacas, and says he relies on these social media videos to raise money. But it's against New York law to own a wild animal without a license. The Department of Environmental Conservation says it received multiple reports about the potentially unsafe housing of wildlife that could carry rabies.
My next step is to be contacted. DEC, the state, nobody has reached out to me to say anything. I don't know if Peanut is alive or they euthanized him.
Longo says he rescued Peanut 7 years ago after its mother got hit by a car, and says Peanut came back after being released. The DEC made headlines in a similar case this year when it seized this alligator from a home in western New York. It had lived there for 34 years, its entire life, but the owner's state license had expired, and officials worried kids were being allowed to swim near it. Back at Longo's animal sanctuary, he questions whether all this was even necessary.
I know the laws are the laws and the rules are the rules, but the fact of the matter is they brought 8 officers here who ransacked my house for a squirrel and a raccoon.
Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
And more than 20,000 people have now signed a petition urging authorities to return Peanut to Longo. We'll have to keep you up to date on that. Well, coming up on the second half of the newscast, a mural that was 3 years in the making has been finally unveiled on Main Street in Lincoln. We'll give you a closer look at that as Good Morning Maine continues.
Planet Oats so creamy and not watery like.
Exactly, and unsweetened, has 0 grams of sugar.
And don't forget, it's an excellent source of calcium. Wow, Planet Oat really has it all.
You guys are so right.
No, you are.
No, you are.
No, you are. Yeah, you are.
I'm Jared Golden, and I approve this message. Washington wasn't listening to Maine. So we brought Maine to Washington to deliver the message.
Together, we stood up to Biden to protect Maine lobstermen.
Worked with the Trump administration to build a veteran treatment center.
Delivered $1 million to train Maine loggers.
And worked with Republicans to secure our border and fund our police.
And we're just getting started.
Whether you have a $15,000 fender bender or a surgery case worth $1 million, call the Twos.
Thankfully, my accident wasn't too serious, but I called the Twos, and Lowry & Associates still got me over $21,000.
My wife needed neck surgery after a bad accident. We called the Twos, and Lowry & Associates got her $1 million.
Big cases and small, we handle them all. Call us. We win for you.
I have known Joe Baltarci and worked with him for many years, and Joe does mean jobs. Joe has always been a fighter for jobs and economic development. Joe has worked for the redevelopment of the Bangor waterfront and Bangor's downtown over many years. Joe successfully worked with many businesses in Bangor against excessive regulations that would have threatened thousands of good-paying jobs in our state.
Paid for and authorized by the Joe Baldacci for State Senate Committee, Eugene Sullivan, Treasurer.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back, everyone. Today is Friday, November 1st, 2024, and it is also Deck the Everything Day. If you're the type of person who can't wait to decorate for the holidays, this day is for you. It gives you the green light to dig out those shiny ornaments to help jumpstart the season of joy. According to one poll of holiday decorators, 56% feel decorating before Thanksgiving comes with some type of a judgment. But don't worry about it. This holiday allows you to let your festive side shine, so go ahead and deck the halls. All right, time for history. On this day in history, in 1512, going way back, the Sistine Chapel opened to the public for the first time. Considered one of Italian artist Michelangelo's finest works, he was called to Rome in 1508 to paint the ceiling of the chapel, which is the chief consecrated space for the Vatican. Michelangelo was celebrated as Europe's greatest living artist during his lifetime and is now still considered to be one of the greatest artists of all time. In 1800, President John Adams moved into the newly constructed President's House on Pennsylvania Avenue in Washington, D.C. That's what it was called at the time. He had been living temporarily at a hotel near the half-finished Capitol building until the White House was finally completed. In 1946, the New York Knickerbockers beat the Toronto Huskies in the very first NBA game. The Knickerbockers, of course, are now known as the Knicks. In 1952, the U.S. detonated the world's first thermonuclear weapon, the hydrogen bomb. That test gave America a short-lived advantage in the nuclear arms race with the Soviet Union. In 1959, Montreal's Jacques Plante became the first professional hockey player to wear a face mask, a very smart guy. In 1991, Clarence Thomas took his place as the newest justice on the Supreme Court. And in 1995, Bosnia peace talks opened up in Dayton, Ohio, with leaders of Bosnia, Serbia, and Croatia present. Today's birthdays include a couple of musicians. They include Anthony Kiedis. Is it Kiedis? I never have been able to pronounce his name. Kiedis, that's it. Thank you, from somebody in the director's booth. Anthony Kiedis from the Red Hot Chili Peppers, who is 62 years old today. Actress Toni Collette turns 52, and drummer Rick Allen from the group Def Leppard is 61 years old today, one of my favorite rock groups of all time. All right, as far as the weather's concerned, it sounds like it's raining outside a little bit right now here in the Bangor area. Looks like we'll have a partly cloudy day, but we may see some rain from time to time. Then things will be cooling off as we head into the weekend. Let's check back in with Devin for a look at that forecast.
Alrighty, thank you very much. Happy Friday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Irish Collision Center. Irish Collision Center offers expert repairs with a 3D frame measuring system, aluminum repair equipment. Our recent expansion boosts capacity, faster service. We're dedicated to quality every time. Visit us today. Alrighty, here we go. We have a small craft advisory that has been issued again, and this time it will last until 8 a.m. Saturday. Some active surf along the coast will be expected. But meanwhile, on land, we are watching some active weather that's also passing through. Clouds are moving in. Some rain showers also on the way this morning. And we may get a few more of those as we head towards the afternoon period. Let's zoom things out right now. Here's the rain right about in here. You can even see we have some snow in Canada. We don't have to worry about snow for a little while yet. Just a futurecast showing rain again, maybe some sunshine, a few more showers possible this afternoon, and then a mostly cloudy sky on the way for us later on tonight. As for the winds, they'll be gusty today. Sustained winds reaching up around 10 to 15, maybe a little bit more miles per hour at times, with gusty winds up to 25, even 30 miles per hour before the winds start to back off soon. Still rather breezy as we head towards Saturday morning. So for today, we have lower 70s, partly cloudy, some rain showers, and the southwest wind gusting up to around 25, maybe 30 miles per hour at times. The hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period showing a partly cloudy sky overall with rain showers possible. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up.
All right, thank you, Devin. Well, the town of Lincoln just got even more beautiful as they unveiled a brand new mural along Main Street yesterday. Our Grace Blanchard gives us a close-up look.
After 3 years, the final touches have been made on the town of Lincoln's brand new mural. I have been driving by this mural for years as it's being created, and I'm always amazed at the talent that Jeremiah has.
The artist, Jeremiah Smith, worked alongside his wife and daughter to create a landscape that captured the history and culture of the community.
It just goes from one end to the other of the history of Lincoln.
He was inspired during the pandemic to take on a big project that would add more color to the town during dark times.
My purpose in life is to communicate to the world visually in order to hopefully help others overcome barriers in front of them.
Smith and his wife own a floral and art studio right in town. He says the project took longer as they juggled economic, health, and weather challenges.
It took a little bit longer. That just meant more great days to paint and meet more people.
He says it was all worth it to see the reactions from the community.
It's just amazing to be able to come down the street and see what's here and the amazing job he has done.
It's a great addition to the town, and I hope that lots of people drive down this street and see it because it's awesome.
Smith says they plan to sell merchandise at their studio to raise funds for preservation efforts and a memorial garden they hope to build next to it for a lasting impact.
I really hope it uplifts everybody. It brings a little more peace to their day and makes them smile.
In Lincoln, Grace Blanchard, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
It came out great. Good job. When we come back, Tyler Cruz with all the day's sports news. Don't go away.
Embrace the journey, where each moment turns into a cherished memory. Ensuring life's journey and experiences along the way. AAA, we're always with you.
It's another exciting year of high school football in the state of Maine. Get out and support your home team and be looking for the ABC 7 Sports Blitz crew. You can get a free Sports Blitz t-shirt, then watch Sports Blitz during ABC 7 News at 11 every Friday night during the football season. Blitz shirts courtesy of
Coastal Auto Parts, Katahdin Federal Credit Union, Katahdin General Store, Katahdin True Value and Appliance, Maine Heritage Timber, Millinocket Floral and Gift, Northwoods Real Estate, and Stearns Lumber Company.
An illegal immigrant ran an Albion mother off the road and killed her. How did we get here? Before Biden opened the border, Jared Golden voted to protect sanctuary cities, gave welfare to illegal immigrants, voted to allow those benefits to be spent on liquor and bail. Jared Golden created an immigration crisis in Maine, made it worse in Washington. And this is the cost. Congressional Leadership Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Hey, good morning, America.
Good morning, America. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Every day of your life.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. Hope you all had a happy Halloween. It's been a spooky offseason for Maine women's basketball, losing Ann Simon to graduation and Adriana Smith to injury. But the program shared some great news regarding Smith on Thursday morning. The 2023 America East Player of the Year announcing she will return to Orono next season for her final year of eligibility. Smith suffered a season-ending knee injury earlier in the preseason and wasn't sure what the next step in her basketball journey would look like. Thankfully for Black Bear fans, she decided to stay in Orono for that final year.
Like, my next goals after Maine are playing overseas, and I just think here I have the best staff around me and the best people, and I know exactly what I'm going to get, and I feel confident coming back here and having that support around me because I know what it's like coming back from this injury, and it's not easy, and you want as much support as you can get, and I just love it here. I mean, I can't imagine leaving if I have the chance to stay one more year. So.
Certainly some good news. As for this season, head coach Amy Vachon says her team will have to replace those 40 points and 20 rebounds per game with the loss of both Simon and Smith. But they've had time to prepare all offseason. The Black Bears will get their first opportunity to show that on Monday as they play host to LaSalle. They're excited to open the season right here in the Pit.
I mean, everyone's excited, first game, so I think it's nice to be able to finally have that feeling back again, and then after like a long month and a half practice.
My 3 years of being here, this is the first time we've had a home game for non-conference. And like I said, it's our kids' game, so 800 screaming kids, and it's going to be really fun. It's a packed house, so we're looking forward to it.
Definitely looking forward to that. That game tips off at 11 a.m. And like we said, field trip day should be a fun crowd of kids. We'll stay there in the pit where Maine men's basketball is preparing to travel down to Durham, North Carolina for their home opener against the Duke Blue Devils. Maine was ranked 4th in the preseason America East poll, and they're looking to build off of some momentum from last year. They will start with a real challenge, though. Duke is ranked 7th in the AP Top 25, and of course, they'll be taking on the top recruit in the nation and Maine's very own Cooper Flagg, whose brother Ace just committed to the Black Bears. Head coach and fellow Mainer Chris Markwood is ready for the entire Maine basketball community to have their moment on Monday evening.
For a Maine kid, myself, who played basketball in the state, you know, you're really in awe of what he's doing. And I just feel blessed that as a state we can kind of be a part of it and follow him. And as a family, Cooper and his family, they just handle it in just the right way. And I think with Maine going down and Kelly, her alma mater, it's just a unique situation that I think our whole state can really be excited about and cheer for both sides, you know, which is going to be a lot of fun.
Should be a lot of fun indeed. Flag isn't the only reason that game down in North Carolina will be fun. For the players, they're getting their chance to play at a legendary venue like Cameron Indoor Stadium. That's a rare opportunity, and they are all eager to play in front of those famous Cameron Crazies.
For sure, it's definitely going to be a crazy environment. You know, we've tried to replicate in here, but, you know, once you get under those lights and that gym, you know, it's so legendary, you know. It's kind of hard to replicate it anywhere, so, you know, it's going to be a different type of moment, but I think we're all excited for it.
Not too many people get to play in Cameron Indoor, you know, outside the ACC, so, you know, it's a great opportunity. Obviously, they're a great team, you know, nationally ranked, so it'll be a good test for us first game of the season to see where we're at.
Moving on to the soccer pitch now. Maine women's soccer closing out the season with a chance to clinch the top overall seed in the America East tourney. The Black Bears unbeaten in conference, looking to dance to a regular season title. First half is when we pick it up, no score. That ball is bouncing around in the main zone. Abby Myers gets it and rips a shot, but Jessica Kasich there for the diving save in net. Maine now still scoreless. Abby Kramer sends a beautiful ball down to Christina Kelly, and she gets tripped up from behind in the box. That is a penalty kick. Abby Kramer taking it. She knows what to do. Buries it in the low corner. That's the only goal of the game, and that would lead Maine to their very first America East regular season title, and that conference crown runs through Orono. Congratulations to them. Let's finish out with the University of Maine 2 over at the Field Hockey Complex. Maine Field Hockey has one last home game. It's Friday afternoon, and it's a big one. The Black Bears will host New Hampshire for their senior day. Head coach Josette Babineau says the senior class has really meant a ton to the program over the years. But not only will it be an emotional game because of that, it's also a big one in terms of the playoffs. Maine has their spot clinched in the America East tournament, but a win could give them the 3 seed, and a loss and they could finish 6th. But they are confident if they stick to their guns, they can finish strong and carry that momentum.
Just psychologically, I think it's important to go into the playoff tournament with some success as well ahead of time. But we just have to continue with the things that we worked on this last week. See, our practices have become, I would say, a little bit more focused in terms of, making everything a little bit sharper.
I think it's just going to be, again, believing in ourselves, trusting our training. We've been together since August, and it's just putting it all together on that weekend to get it done.
All right, that starts at 3 p.m. That is all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back.
As a working mom with 2 little kids, it's hard when Jared leaves every week to go to Washington.
Oh, my daddy likes to help you.
That's why he joined the Marines after 9/11. Jared will keep us safe. He knows what matters to Maine families.
He wants to put more money in your piggy bank.
He's protecting Maine jobs and lowering healthcare costs for seniors and families.
I'm Jared Golden, and I approve this message because the things that matter most to your family matter most to our family too.
Nothing feels as good as driving a new Hyundai. And now you can get a great deal on your favorite model at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Plus, every Hyundai is backed by America's Best Warranty. Hurry to the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event before this offer ends. Make your next getaway your best one yet. Drive away now in one of our most popular models with 0% APR and 0 payments for 90 days. Only during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
I'm Jared Golden, and I approve this message.
I think Austin Terrio can be very dangerous.
He most definitely would join the extremists in Congress.
Austin Terrio is on the same side as the extremists who want to have a national abortion ban.
The extremists that don't allow women to have choice.
And these extremists, they're going to try to control women.
It's wrong.
I think you're going to see women die.
I just don't want that for my grandchildren.
Austin Terrio, he's not going to stand up for my rights in Congress.
Armie Hammer saddles up for a Western, Jack Ryan heads to the big screen, and more. Fox's Anna Eliopoulos has the latest in the Hollywood nation.
Something's not right. I think it's the words.
Hilton and Richie tease, Jack Ryan gets a new adventure, and Hammer makes a comeback in the Hollywood nation. Armie Hammer is heading back to the big screen. The actor announced on social media he's returning to acting in the upcoming Western Frontier Crucible. The film marks his first project since the physical and sexual abuse allegations made against him in 2021.
It terrifies me.
John Krasinski is bringing his Jack Ryan TV character to theaters. Amazon MGM Studios is expanding the Tom Clancy franchise by developing a movie with Krasinski returning as the popular CIA analyst from the hit adventure series. Wendell Pierce and Michael Kelly, who also starred in the show, will reprise their roles.
If I win, having one leg won't be the most important thing about me.
Today's First Looks features Jarrell Jerome and Jennifer Lopez starring in the sports biopic Unstoppable. The film tells the real-life story of wrestler Anthony Robles, an athlete born with one leg who becomes an NCAA wrestling champion while competing at Arizona State University. It opens in select theaters December 6th, followed by its streaming debut on Prime Video January 16th.
Hi, can you try it again, please?
Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie reunite for Paris and Nicole The Encore. Peacock released the teaser trailer for the 3-part special, picking up 17 years after the reality TV series The Simple Life ended. It follows the best friends trying to produce a once-in-a-lifetime operatic performance based on their self-coined phrase, Sanasa. The show premieres Thursday, December 12th. Anna Eliopoulos, Fox News.
And for a final look at our forecast, let's turn things back over to Devin Biggs.
Alrighty, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Irish Collision Center. Irish Collision Center offers expert repairs with a 3D frame measuring system, aluminum repair equipment. Our recent expansion boosts capacity, faster service. We're dedicated to quality every time. Visit us today. Already, small crowd advisory now issued until 8 a.m. Saturday. Active surf along the coast will be possible. And with that, let's check in on the wave heights right now. It's active in some spots where the buoys are showing up at around 3 feet, not looking too bad, but right about in here, a little bit active surf also being indicated, and that may increase a little bit more with the system that's currently passing through, so that's why they have issued this small craft advisory. Because on land, we have clouds moving in, even some rain showers developing this morning. The northern parts of the state saw some last night, and the rest of us will have an opportunity to see a few rain showers today, but overall, a mixture of clouds and sunshine will be the common idea. Let's zoom things out and give you the bigger picture. Here's a front right about in here, tracking off towards the east, bringing the rain with it too, and cooler temperatures on the way. Today's our last warm day before we start to cool off. Notice even some snow in Canada, so you can see we definitely have some cooler air in those areas. Futurecast moving forward for us, rain showers today, some sunshine peeking out too, a few more rain showers this afternoon, then a mostly cloudy sky expected overnight. Once we head towards Saturday, the clouds will eventually get out of here. We'll be under a partly cloudy sky for the rest of the day, not looking too bad. Once we head towards Saturday night, maybe a few passing clouds, but even as we head towards your Sunday, we're looking pretty good overall. As for any additional rainfall, maybe a 1/10 of an inch of additional rainfall before we're all finished up. It's not a lot. We could use a lot more, but at this point, any rainfall would definitely be beneficial. Here's a new drought monitor that came out yesterday, still showing moderate drought across a good part of our viewing area, but the rest of the U.S. definitely seeing a lot of drought right now too, with moderate to severe drought developing. So again, we need rainfall, and unfortunately not a whole lot on the way, at least anytime soon. Average high temperature is 52 degrees. We'll do lower 70s today, then 40s Saturday, Sunday, also into Monday. We have 50s and 70s again Tuesday, Wednesday, and also into your Thursday. And then a quick reminder, Sunday morning, don't forget we fall back as 2 a.m. becomes 1 a.m. We switch back to standard time, so please remember to switch your clocks back Saturday night or early Sunday morning before going to bed or so. Your forecast for today, we have lower 70s, partly cloudy, some rain showers on the way, and that southwest wind getting up to around 25, maybe 30 miles per hour at times. All right, mostly cloudy tonight with lows in the mid-30s, and the north wind at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow, here we go, upper 40s, partly cloudy, and that north breeze at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Let's check out your extended forecast brought to you by Irish Collision Center. Mostly sunny on Sunday with highs in the upper 40s, mostly cloudy Monday with highs in the mid-40s, and then upper 50s on Election Day with a chance for rain showers.
Are you ready? This is the big one, the 2024 Christmas Craft Fair at the Bangor Mall. Saturdays and Sundays, November 9th, 10th, 16th, and 17th. Free admission and free Dunkin' coffee. Over 350 local vendors with new vendors each weekend. Get your free pictures taken with Santa. 4 $1,000 cash door prizes. Don't miss the 2024 Christmas Craft Fair. Saturdays and Sundays, November 9th, 10th, 16th, and 17th at the Bangor Mall.
Maine's premier community radio station, Star 97.7, broadcasting loud and clear on our new tower. 50,000 watts of smooth rock and roll with Paul and Sonny in the morning and Mike Dow in the afternoon. Star 97.7.
If you've been in an accident with a truck, making the wrong call can be costly. Evidence and witnesses can disappear. You need to stop that from happening. These are some of the most complicated cases for a law firm. But not if you call one that handles truck cases every day. Call a law firm with the resources, experience, and power to go after every dollar you deserve. If you're hurt in a truck accident, call Joe. The law offices of Joe Bornstein.
Tell them you mean business.
Things are messed up in Maine. The state's broke, light bills are skyrocketing, housing costs are through the roof. I'm Trey Stewart. Here are the facts. Democrats completely control Augusta. They could solve these problems today. Instead, they're focused on how big your campfire can be and banning coyote hunting. You know we can do better. It's time to vote them out.
Paid for by Maine Senate Republicans, Augusta, Maine. Top fundraiser of Maine Senate Republicans is RSLC.
Tonight.
The night Karen was last seen, she went to a Halloween party.
What lurks in the shadows.
And there he was, in my backyard.
Can be very real.
Why is this happening?
Only 2020 with the full story. Tonight on ABC.
Finally this morning, in a small gallery located in Cotonou, Benin, that's a small country in West Africa, metal sculptures of international significance from a renowned artist adorn the walls there, telling stories of construction and balance through recycled materials. These are the creations of Charlie Del Almeida, a metal sculptor who has been transforming scrap into art for the past 15 years. Del Almeida, 56 years old, is a key figure in a generation of artists who have shaped contemporary art in Benin. His work, deeply influenced by African culture and voodoo traditions, is regularly exhibited across Africa. Pretty neat. That's it for now, folks. Thank you for joining us. We'll continue broadcasting on Fox 22 and hope you have a great day.
They say that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Well, they are correct.
Especially when it's the irresistible steak, egg, and cheese bagel sandwich. Get yours today.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
As a working mom with 2 little kids, it's hard when Jared leaves every week to go to Washington.
Oh, my daddy likes to help you.
That's why he joined the Marines after 9/11. Jared will keep us safe. He knows what matters to Maine families.
He wants to put more money in your piggy bank.
He's protecting Maine jobs and lowering healthcare costs for seniors and families.
I'm Jared Golden, and I approve this message because the things that matter most to your family matter most to our family too.
Roto-Rooter has served the greater Bangor area and beyond for 35 years, offering plumbing, hydrojetting, snaking, descaling, video inspection, and grease interceptor cleaning services. For all your residential and commercial clogs, call Roto-Rooter today, 990-1234.
And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
You're out until 2 o'clock in the morning, and you've been bar hopping.
Short tempers after a long night out.
You say we got into a heated argument while heading home.
He hits my shoulder. I say, please don't touch me. I don't want to be touched. Please do not touch me. Get your hands off me.
It's all very nasty.
I go like this to move, to block. My hand connects with like this part of his face.
He says that you punched him in the face.
Next, Judge Judy.
Friday at 5, only on ABC7.
If you have to ask why it's important to start your day early, here's your answer.
Get any size iced coffee in any flavor for just $1.29 during breakfast hours.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Fox 22 News tonight at 6:30.
From the Great Northwoods to the Rock-Bound Coast and streaming live in HD worldwide at foxbangor.com. More people choose Good Morning Maine.
Hello, everyone. Today on Good Morning Maine, one person is in critical condition after a fire in Skowhegan left them severely burned. Plus, we'll hear from the top official at Northern Light Health as the institution navigates through some treacherous financial waters. And childcare may be a little bit easier for families in the Millinocket area thanks to the expansion of an early childhood education center. Good morning, everyone. I'm Craig Colson. Thank you for joining us. Emma Smith has the day off. We hope you had a wonderful Halloween. We'll have those stories and a lot more coming up. Also excited about an interview with some students from John Baptist High School who will be visiting us later on. They're getting ready to perform a play called The Radium Girls. And if you follow us here, you might have realized that we talked about the Radium Girls just a couple of weeks ago on our program. So we'll have that in the